So, in the previous podcast, as we saw what is the medium and what is the medium theory stated by Marshall McLuhan, now we'll see the criticism and the limitations of the medium theory. Marshall McLuhan's work was a bit odd for a philosopher. His writing style was not like the normal academic text, but it was more like a short story which was further divided into short chapters or hypertexts. Marshall McLuhan also had a great impact on the wacky culture of the 60s in the United States, which also made him famous among the popular culture. Yeah, so as we see, Marshall McLuhan was a bit different from the normal researchers, and this led to criticism. So his works were criticized on the basis of evidence. They said that his work was just a mere theory and it had nothing to prove, as a theory can't be proved until a real physical evidence. So Marshall McLuhan's theory lacked the physical evidence. Scientists and researchers also claimed that this theory is literally unprovable and untestable because it has no physical evidence or no physical presence through which they can carry out a research for statistics. Television's initial development as a unidirectional form of mass communication from the few to the many rather than as an interactive community medium, for example, certainly favored the economic and political interests of some corporate mass media giants. So here some critics state that when Marshall McLuhan started the analysis of his theory, he majorly focused on some mediums which in some way or the other had some economical or political influence or political profit for some corporate giants. If we look at the different ways in which a media may shape societies, medium theory tends to give less attention to how significant variations among cultures that are differing perceptions of time, space, and of human and human nature and human technology relationships. Ironically, while medium theorists examine media as types of environments, a very few of them examine the ways in which advances in technology may lead to the depletion of natural resources and an increase in toxic environmental waste. The approach of McLuhan's theory is still a useful framework for understanding the media today, as he believed that the social influence of the media was that they modified our social world and became an extension of our sources. He also asserted that the structure and form of media is more important than the very content the media is about to transmit. And he also stated that we should identify not only the media itself but the ways in which new medium disrupts traditions and reshapes the social life. So Marshall McLuhan also stated that a medium has the influence on the communicated content or the message as well as the culture it's introduced into. It is very much relevant into today's day and age as there's no such boundary for any content. Marshall McLuhan's approach ultimately suggests that for the message to be important, the way it has been transmitted must be the most important factor of the whole transmission.